welcome to INDIABRADY Art. And I hope y'all are doing well out there. Today's video is going to be a product review for Hippie Crafter. Now, they were nice enough to ask me if I would like to review some of their products, and I couldn't pass it up. So I chose their epoxy resin, and this is 32 ounces of hardener and 32 ounces of resin, which should hold me for quite a while because I was down to my last drop of epoxy, so that's going to hold me for a little while. Now, inside the box with the resin comes the instructions. Now, these instructions, these instructions cover if you want to do bar tops, tabletops, oh, what other kind of tops? Anyway, that's what these instructions are for. So I had some questions because my intent is not to cover a tabletop or anything like that. So I went on their website and they had the information to the questions that I was asking, such as their epoxy resin is UV resistant. Your working time is 15 to 20 minutes. It's supposed to cure in 30 minutes. Now, I don't know of any epoxy that cures in 30 minutes, but you know, I don't have a lot of experience with, you know, each and every epoxy, so I don't know, but I have not heard of epoxy resin curing in 30 minutes. If y'all have, let me know. I might try it out. It's heat resistant up to 120 degrees, and it is made in America. So if you are wanting to support an American-made company, this is one that possibly you can support. So anyway, oh, and you do have your instructions on the backs of the bottles, but it's for coating. It's not for casting. So I think, let me prepare the surface, make sure, apply coating. Okay. All right, this is for surface, applying it to surfaces. So what I want to do is I want to kind of put it to the test because I'd like to find out what the clarity is like. In other words, does it have a lot of bubbles? How fast does it degas? Does it degas at all? Do you have to, you know, constantly be at it with some type of heat source? Let's see. And I guess that's it. Yeah, just the clarity. What is my project gonna look like when I demold it? Is it gonna be clear? Is it gonna be free of those little teeny tiny microscopic bubbles? So anyway, bubbles, that's just our main concern as crafters are bubbles. Minimizing the bubble population. So anyway, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go put on my respirator, and I will be right back. Okay, y'all, so I've got my resin mixed up. Actually, I mixed up too much resin, but I would just estimate about 4 ounces. You want just enough resin to cover the bottom of your mold, because when you put your flowers in there and everything cures, you need to put a top layer on there so it will be nice and smooth. So I'm rolling the resin around, just making sure it's going to cover the entire bottom of the mold. And I kind of didn't want to stop because it was fun. So what I'm going to do next is I have 3 different types of flowers, and unfortunately I don't have 2 of the bags here with me, but they'll be in the description box. And the first ones I'm going to use are lavender. Yeah, that heat gun is my favorite heat gun, but unfortunately it's got the shortest cord on it, so I always kind of have to be a little bit ambidextrous in order to make it work. So there's no rhyme or reason to planning out how I'm going to lay out these flowers. I want this to go in my window, so I want to, not have it totally covered. And if you like this video, please like and subscribe. Share if you want. Leave me a comment. And in the description box, you will find lots of coupon codes and affiliate links to save you a couple of dollars. You'll also find my Amazon wish list. If you want to buy me a coffee, there's a PayPal link. What else? There's my email is in there if you want to contact me. Um, what else? Yeah, so go to the description box and get you some shopping done. Because saving every little bit helps. So with that leftover resin, I want to make a AirPod holder cover. I guess you would call them that, but anyway, it holds your iPod case. Oh, sorry about that. I do that so I'll know where. That's just for editing's sake, and I just forgot to take that out of there. But anyway, it holds your AirPod case, and I wanted to use purple glitter because I have purple rhinestones that change from purple to green. I forget what other colors, but I wanted to put some rhinestones on this so I can use it. And as you can see, there's not really a lot of room between the sides and the middle of this mold. So that's why you see me shaking and pinching and everything, is to get rid of the bubbles. Because bubbles and resin are not your friend. I mean, you can just pour the resin in there, and eventually, I guess the bubbles are going to come up to the top. but you know, during that time, the resin may have started to cure, and it would be really difficult to pop the bubbles or to do something in order to get rid of it. Now, if you have one of these molds and you're new to the mold, then you don't want to cover up that little nib that's, you know, in the middle, because when you demold it and put your case in there, that's the part where your charging cable goes into. So you definitely don't want to cover that up. So I have some more resin left over, and just to make something, you know, don't ever throw your unused resin away, because you can always make something out of it. And that glitter I've had for I don't know how long, because it came in a kit that I ordered, and it was just leftover, so I wanted to use the leftover glitter. And I wanted to do one gold and do one another color, but I was tired and I just thought, yeah, what the heck. So I just poured the rest of the resin in that cup. And another reason too is that I don't know about y'all, but I have a hard time getting glitter out of a silicone cup. I've tried everything and it just won't, it doesn't work for me. So I just end up pouring, you know, the resin into another cup and then put the glitter, you know, in that cup. So I'm just kind of doing some little minor cleaning, and I'll wait for it to cure and I'll be back. Hey y'all, and welcome back. So this is cured, and I know it may look funny on I know it may look funny, but it's not filled up all the way. And since this is a test, it's not going to make any difference. So what I'm going to do now is, this is the true test, because I want to see if it's got bubbles in it. I don't think it does, but we're gonna find out. So there we go. And ta-da! Now I have this up to the light right now, and it's got microscopic bubbles all over the place. But if this epoxy was mixed with, let's say, glitter or pigment or mica or anything like that, it wouldn't make any difference. But if you were to cast, you know, flowers or seashells or something else in it, then yeah, it would definitely make a difference. So anyway, that's it for that. I will probably keep this. I like this. I'll put it in my window, and I will check and see if it's going to yellow or not. It's UV. It's got UV in it, so we'll see. But anyway, my overall review for this is, it is a high viscosity resin. It has a strong odor. When the directions tell you a 15 to 20 minute working time, they're not playing around. My room is 70 degrees, and it took, I was right, I think I was probably right at 15 minutes, and it was getting difficult for me to get the rest of my resin out of the container for this project. Now, I'm sure that if your room was warmer, then you could probably go to the 20-minute work time. But, you know, for me, it was 15 minutes. In other words, I'm saying, you know, they don't play around with the 15 to 20 minute work time. Some resins, you can push it and go just maybe a minute or two later, but yeah, this one is for sure. Let's see what else. It's I think that's it. I think that's it. I don't know what that is, but anyway, that's how that turned out. There's not going to be a photo or anything because this is just what do you call it? A test, I guess. I don't know. But anyway, until next time, dare to create.